Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from
The Big Jabowski.
This round I'm up against, I'm gonna call him X-Men because he's kind of cleverly put that twice into his name. I hope my recording doesn't crash again because it literally just did before I started and I had to reboot BlueStacks. So hopefully that's going to be okay. X-Men is from the guild Yap Yada Yapma. His arena rank is not particularly high, his lifetime score isn't really either, 4.6 mil GP. In terms of relics, he has invested very heavily in some of his Sith Empire characters. Unlike some of my other opponents, hasn't preloaded his resistance yet. And in overall, like looking at it, it feels like he has less relics than I do, but he has bumped up all of the characters that he relicked quite a bit higher, and definitely has more Zetas, so that ultimately got us matched up. In terms of speed, I don't believe it's anything particularly worrying. Let me take a look here. Yeah, 258. But what's interesting about this guy is that when looking at his defensive history and offensive history, I guess, he really changes up his plans a lot and not always seems to really care what his opponent's going to do. So that made it really tricky to try to figure out what I want to do up against him, and it's definitely something he did quite well. Sometimes he goes all in on offense and puts almost nothing on defense. Sometimes he sets really strange or tricky teams. Sometimes he sets almost everything on defense. And what's mostly weird is that in the last week, this guy got rank 1 in his group without anyone attacking him. I don't know about you guys, I've never seen that in my life, where someone manages to get rank 1 in their group and nobody even bothers to attack them. That's literally a free win. So I wasn't actually able to tell what he put on defense last week other than sort of crossing out the teams that I could see that he used on offense. So sort of had to try to reverse engineer what he was going to do, and ultimately ended up realizing that there wasn't really any way I was going to figure out what he would do. So I went with a pretty strong defense that I knew he couldn't clear, knowing full well that he might do exactly the same as he has historically done sometimes, putting almost all of his top teams on defense. But as you can already see over here, he hasn't done that. He adapted to me, so that's very nice for me because he went up top here first. Now I checked my app at some point during the day and noticed that he had attacked my General Skywalker team for 49 banners, and for me that's pretty much the reason why I'm really not much of a fan of keeping General Skywalker on offense for a mirror match, because 49 banners is pretty atrocious and definitely realistic in your arena climbs over the past months. I'm sure there have been plenty of occasions where it was just General Skywalker versus General Skywalker. That's simply how it ends up sometimes, or even if you're left with one extra clone, it's just not that good for banners. Then he took 3 attempts up against my Night Sisters, and that one has me puzzled a little bit, because he hasn't actually attacked the other wall here. Now I guess there's 2 options. Either he went really heavy on defense in the back here, and I guess he just doesn't have anything that could even make a dent in these teams. Or the alternative is that he went light here, but he's simply waiting before revealing more on these zones. Basically, if he thought that I might not attack like some of his previous opponents, seems unlikely, but if he thought that, then maybe he'd want to wait and not give too much away. But all I really need to do right now is get through these 3 zones at least, and then I should be just fine. Or actually even just the 2 front zones without making any mistakes, because he took 3 attempts up there against the Night Sister team. Now in the back, I'm thinking he might have Padme. It's a possibility. He definitely won't have General Skywalker. I think he just doesn't really have any other options that could do this well, unless he actually used Darth Revan up against General Skywalker. That would be pretty crazy. But even if he has General Skywalker in the back, I have my Padme for that and won't be needing her anywhere else. Because yeah, Karth team, Ewok team, Bounty Hunters with some lower geared Zam and Dengar. Now if I had better troopers, I could definitely trooper this. Just 29k health and protection. I could probably trooper, like I can definitely get the kill on Zam, but the others are going to be pretty tanky, and my troopers are not that good, and I believe they're even on defense, so don't know if he looked into that really. Then over here he has Night Sisters, yeah, really low geared Daka, Talzin as well, and then here a Grievous team with Droidica. Now, I actually considered some other options against Grievous than my Jedi Knight Revan, simply because maybe he has another strong team in the back, and I really went quite heavy on defense. But I'll just be going through it with JKR. I don't really want to mess around too much and get that one. But first, I will go for the Night Sister team, and for that I'm going to be using my Bounty Hunters, this time without Watt, because it just feels like kind of a waste to bring him along. Because yeah, the gear is just not that impressive. So I'll be going with these 5, and hopefully it's going to go nicely. It's been a while since I've gotten to do it without bringing Watt. But it's honestly how I hope I'll be able to do it in the future a lot more. Once I finally get to gearing some of these characters, and I guess we have a new character coming around now that's definitely going to boost these guys and make them quite a bit more impressive. So let's see. Mother Talzin here, I gave her the double turn ability block, as I always do, even if I do bring Watt, and that makes it substantially easier for me to get that kill going on her. So Django, it looked like he had the last shot there, but for whatever reason it doesn't count as a death against her, which I think is really lame. But I guess that's how it works. It doesn't work in a group attack, it has to be during his turn. I feel like it should be just whenever he manages to get the kill shot, because it's hard enough to begin with. But yeah, who am I to decide, I guess. So now, in a moment here, I should be able to get the kill with Django. There's no weapon tech, obviously, so I'm taking quite a bit less turns than I normally would. But he got the stun there. So hopefully Django can still get the kill here. So I'm rid of Plague, that's excellent. And now basically it's sorted. There shouldn't be any risk of me dying at this point. So this is pretty much why I got the Zeta on my Django. Historically I didn't have it, so it really all came down to Boba getting those kills. And this should actually, I could actually even burn here and get the kill. I think I'll do that. Yeah, there we go. That's quite a bit nicer. Her, I'll just let her sit over there. It's just a Gear 9 Daka that could have actually probably killed. Never really get to fight her at that gear level, I mean. So let's kill her before she goes into stealth again. And now I basically want to try to ensure that everyone has full protection. Shouldn't be much of an issue. She can actually revive, I think. I don't exactly remember who got the kill there on Acolyte. But I'm full, so I can go get her now. Or now. There we go. 46k. That was a pretty nice hit for my Gear 11 Django. Alright. That one out of the way. Let's do this one next. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of Padme and Jedi Knight Revan. Those are my strong teams. And then CLS and Treyarch can still get some stuff done. Have Geos as well, but I guess it's more or less some of the usual that you might have seen from me in a bunch of matches. So let's go up against this one. It's a pretty strong B1. It's got a lot of offense. So I'll have to be pretty careful of that one. Alright. No taunt from Magna Guard's nice, because that means that these hits from Yoda aren't wasted. And now I can immediately take B2 out. If I can get the kill here, then I can already dispel Droidica here. That would be really nice. Yes. There we go. Now, ideally I give the buffs, but I think in this case I'd much rather prefer stopping Droidica from completely messing me up. He actually went for Bastilla there. I almost never see that happen. Which I really don't mind. I mean, she's the person that's the most expendable, I guess. This AoE will make Magna Guard taunt, but it's okay because nobody's going to take a turn before him anymore. He actually didn't get triggered there. I'm exceptionally lucky here, I guess. So I don't really need to heal. I'm going to be saving that because Grievous will very likely take someone out at some point. Hopefully I'm able to still get a kill on Droidica. Um, yeah, I will do the AoE. Ah, that was a kill actually. Did not expect that. This Yoda can really... Oh, wow. Yoda can really do some serious damage with his when he's all buffed up, especially against some gear 12s. Alright, now the heal from Hermit Yoda will come in handy if I get the chance to. So I'm going to be passing it over to him. So hopefully give everyone that extra bit. And especially the foresight, and now the direct focus is available, which makes this a very easy final part. I could have done the AoE there, I guess. Definitely want to dispel. Second one, always on Jolie. It's very nice to reduce his revival cooldowns, to give him extra survivability. It's always my preferred choice over Jedi Knight Revan. Now he's almost down. Should be careful I don't kill off Magna Guard here, because that will make it very sloppy to end with. There we go, nice. How are we looking on protection? It's pretty difficult to try to recover this now. Yeah, Hermit definitely won't get there. Jolie and Bastilla have H. Nah, Bastilla is too far off. So I'll just leave it like this. It's not really a banner match, so I'm not going to bother too much with it. 58, I'll take that. That's actually, I thought I was going to have 57. Okay, let's see what he did in the back. I'm pretty curious. Actually went light. Shaq clones. That is such a strange decision. Why would he do that? Huh. That is such a weird decision. So, what exactly was he planning to do with his General Skywalker then? Use him in a Jedi team to beat... what? Which actually makes it all the more impressive that he one-shot my General Skywalker team. Wonder what he ended up doing there. Maybe he did some kind of weird mix with Darth Revan and General Skywalker. Don't think that's actually any stronger. He definitely didn't have the CLS team. Maybe he used Padme, but could have done that, yeah. Padme with General Skywalker, maybe that was his plan. It's doable, but not really an ideal match. Yeah, that could be what he did. Or just, you know, Darth Revan, it's possible. But he kind of lacks a strong Sith Empire character for damage. Of course, Bastilla is good, but it helps if they have a High Relic Marauder or HK, which he does not. Yeah, not really sure. Might have just used straight up Darth Revan, I don't know. Doesn't really matter at this point. Let's just continue. So that makes the remaining counters, for me, pretty straightforward. I'm going to use my Padme up against Shaq T. Trey up against Geos, and then probably Resistance against the Bosk team, and here I can just kind of do whatever. So I'll go for the Bosk team first, get that out of the way, and then we can wrap it up pretty quickly without having to break the brain over anything, or just hope that RNG doesn't work against us. Do I need C-3PO for anything else? I guess I can use CLS against one of the smaller ones, but he doesn't really add anything here. So, absolutely no point. Now I'm really close to starting to unlock Kylo, which is pretty nice. I'm happy I'm finally getting there. Just need a couple more shards for Hux and Sith Trooper, which I could have finished forever ago if I had decided. I think I already mentioned that, but let's pick off Zam. Don't really want her to heal anyone up. And the detonators are really annoying. Whenever there's a Zam, you want to try to do this. Stun Boba so that he cannot execute and get rid of Zam, because all the detonators had a lot of damage and you don't really control when exactly they're going to pop. It's usually pretty quick, but yeah, it's far from ideal to let her roam free. So I'm going to keep stunning Boba, and I'll get another mind trick in a second to continue to control boss here. I mean, I'm narrating this fight, but there's literally almost no way to mess this up, especially if there's no Django, if they're all just gear 12 or lower. No point in smoke screening at this point. A lot of people make the mistake. If Dengar stealthed, you cannot stealth as well. He stops you from doing that. And plenty of people, myself included, sometimes just don't pay attention to it. It's such a quick decision. Let's not let him take any turn. Still no point in doing the smoke screen. So usually in most of my fights, Dengar just gradually dies from burning, and at some points he takes a turn and throws out all of his mines, which is annoying. And then you have to try to heal up from those. First let the, well, detonators, I should call them, pop. And then use Illuminated Destiny or Finn's heal. He's always the pain in the team. Now it's just a basic. Still stealthed though. And this is going to be unfortunate. I don't really want to kill here, so I'm going to basic because he's going to take a turn and now he throws him. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to anticipate. Fortunately, he didn't land any, so that's actually really nice for me. So now I can go ahead and focus on him if I can manage to get through a boss here. It's taken a tad bit longer than I expected. I'll use it now. This is always so satisfying, finally getting him out of his stupid stealth and finishing him off. So mostly really clean fights, should hopefully be a nice score. I can geo one of these. No idea why I would want to do that. I can nest one of them. How about that? Actually, nest is probably safer to bring along over here. Wouldn't really want to lose this one. I was preparing for the scenario in which I would have to use Plo Nest against these, where they would be in the front, because that's what he historically often did. Let's go against the Geos first. Right. I did just click on the Geos, just making sure. Sending Treya Nest up against the clone team. I'm not too sure I would be happy about that. I mean, normally seeing my Treya and my Scions should have no problem taking this out with 2. But whenever I can de-risk it and just bring Nest, then I will happily sacrifice those banners. And yeah, I can get more banners against Ewoks with my Nest. Also possible, but again, it's not a banner match. Interesting that they start going for Nest there, just kind of randomly. I would think they will want to go for Treya first. And that was a big special from Spy. I'm still looking just fine. It's definitely a bit laggy. Just a gear 12 Scion hanging in there. And there we go. Hopefully I'm gonna take a turn soon. There we go. The cleansing thing, I believe, cannot defeat him. I don't exactly know. I often don't remember those tiny details from kits. Yeah, it's a 60, I'll take it. Would have been 62 without... okay. Let's do Padme over here. Man, that's been a while. Fighting Shaq clones. Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka. I could probably undersize, but there's no good reason to. Could also bring C-3PO, but he just has a risk of getting stunned by Echo. So I don't really see the point of doing that. Yeah, I would have been stunned right away probably. Okay, nice. Let's get the party started. I hope I'm able to recover some banners at some point, somewhere. For now, since Echo has already thrown his AoE, I'm going to try to get some courage going here. Might not be easy to keep it up on GK. Well, GK is going to be taunting, hopefully, to prevent them from dispelling. Gotta be careful with the AoE from here on out, because I've already lowered them a fair bit. Let's hope someone survives the Dispel parade. Ahsoka did, that's good. Alright, now I can just clean up. Let's try and get Echo out before his grenade comes in. So they do take a lot of turns. There's no General Skywalker, so it's definitely substantially less deadly than I would normally face, but I don't really want to be on the short end of that one. So Anakin's still going to go before Echo here, I hope. That works as well. Okay, nice. In terms of banners, I'm mostly okay. Let's see, yeah, nothing really to recover. Maybe one on Ahsoka if I get the chance to. Shaq isn't going to take a turn, that's over. Okay, that's fine, should be like 57, yeah. And then just fighting these guys over here. So for the rest, I have a pretty strange week. I hadn't really talked about that, I guess. I've got some opponents who are looking good, and some opponents similar to this one who do some weird stuff. And I don't really remember for the rest. I think there were some people that I definitely had to worry about. So Karth and Ewoks, what do I have left? Definitely don't want to do Geos up against Karth because of Zalbar. I'll just CLS the Karth team. Hold on, there's a feat, isn't there? To defeat people with Darth Vader. So guess I'll be doing that. EP, Vader, and... Can't believe I actually remembered. Oh, there's a Watt as well. Could these three take Ewoks? Should be able to. Maybe I can bring Watt to supercharge Vader. Gotta be a bit mindful of Logray, or I can bring Old Ben, put the taunting tech on him. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're just gonna feed Vader as many turns as possible. This is such overkill. Oh well, it's fine. I could try to aim for more banners, but let's see if I can get some good kills towards that feat. Let Elder revive as many Ewoks as possible. No reason really to fracture. Guess I can fracture Logray. Let's do that. So because I am not really bringing a whole lot of... Alright, the weapon tech means they don't get revived. That's actually a mistake. Not smart. See, very often when I say or do dumb things in these videos, I'm realizing them after I review the footage or like a couple seconds later. In this case, I'm already impressed I managed to remember in the first place. So I've been working on the fourth video in the strategy series, and I had initially already made some progress on it, but now I've been making some changes, some additions to it, which is nice about sort of slowly releasing this series. Initially I had anticipated to make it a lot more quickly, but I'm giving it a bit of time, and I find that it is improving the quality and some of the ideas and some of the things I want to put in there. So if I ever make another series in the future, then I'll definitely take my time for it as well. There's really no rush with this kind of content because it's not like I'm competing to get some kind of news out there as quickly as possible. as some people are with these new characters and things like that. So let's crush here. I should still have 5 kills across this team, because pretty much everything is Vader. Just have to be careful of the dots. Well, careful. Well, I'm saying 5, but I still gotta get this one. Let's see though. If I can swap to Vader. Nah, he's just gonna get me close, but not quite there, I think. Do this magnificent taunt. Yeah, really absolutely no reason to bring old Ben. Then again, I'm used to, let's say, slightly faster Ewoks. These were really slow, and I didn't really check. But I got 5 kills towards defeat, and really no complaints about that. Even if I wouldn't have put the weapon tech on Darth Vader there, I would have had to try really hard to let Elder take a turn there. So I'm not too concerned about it. One thing I guess I could have done is bring Watt with CLS maybe, so that he would be able to recover protection a little bit better. Because now, as you'll see, I'm definitely not going to max these, I think. Let's take a look though. So I like to stun, like I always check the gears after going in, making sure that there was no random gear 11 that I don't instantly destroy. I like to stun Mission. I also like to stun Zalbar, but and Karth for that matter. Karth tends to be fastest, but yeah, so I have to be mindful. The nice thing about Karth is that he does an AoE, and that means everyone counters, so that's a bit better. And Canderous tends to do more focus damage, and if he focuses, then it's a bit harder to recover the banner. So either Canderous or Mission tends to be my choice for this. In this case, I'll go for Mission and hope I don't. Well, I did trigger this guy over here. It's always a bit of a hit or miss, like how are they modded against my Gear 12 team here. Now I want to stun Canderous, which I didn't. Yeah, here comes the AoEs. Actually, Canderous' first attack tends to be an AoE as well. Okay, looking pretty good with banners so far. Now Juhani here will be cleansing, which I don't really want to see happen, but that's too late. I guess I'll give the taunt to Zalbar now. And hopefully CLS, he doesn't quite have the turn yet. Well, I'm going to drop Mission a little bit here, or just entirely. I mean, that totally works for me. Hopefully stun, unlikely. Yeah, it's going to be unlikely to recover my banners for this one here. Maybe with this one. 62, nice, okay. Doesn't happen too often. Let's do the fleet battle. Well, considering how light he went in the back, though maybe he did a bit of mixing here, that means that he very likely uses JKR up against my Night Sisters and lost, like the last opponent. Yeah, people are just not able to do it with Jedi Knight Revan unless they have really good gears on some of them, I guess, and good speeds as well, because if my team goes first, then they tend to get hurt quite a bit. So strange starting lineup. That is Biggs, right? Just checking. The number of times people have put Wedge in the front here accidentally is quite funny. So it does have high GP, but I think I should be able to knock them out pretty quickly. So let's try and go with a bit of a smaller fleet. What do I want to do? Jedi Knight Anakin. I could try to go with attackers, but I'm not such a fan. Really not. There's no Houndstooth though, so having Ahsoka in could be nice. No, don't want to do that. Wow, it's lagging hard. What is this? Why is it stuck in text search? Okay. Or is it BLT? I never remember. Okay, it's definitely BTL. Can I just seriously go to Galactic Republic ships? That would be a lot easier. Nope. Well, this is the kind of stuff I was talking about in some of my previous videos. It just gets stuck. There's like I'm clicking. Okay, spam clicking seems to help. There we go. Strange. Well, I definitely spam clicked last time. I tried pretty much everything. Let's take a look. Where is my ship? I need to start it up. That's for sure. So it actually shows up at the top. I'm going to put in Plo, and I think I'm considering to sort of go with this. But since it's a Millennium Falcon and they can do quite a bit of damage, it might be smarter for me to put 5s in the starting lineup. This is a fair bit tankier, or Rex, so I can top up his protection. I think I'm going to go with Rex and put my Ahsoka in reinforcements here. And that's it. It's not really so great. Houndstooth is obviously better against the Millennium Falcon. But I've got to work with what I have. I put my Houndstooth on defense. He didn't have any issues with it. But maybe it cost him some banners. I can check that later. I didn't really look into that. So what I can do now, one of the reasons why it could be nice to put more attackers in is I can immediately target their Millennium Falcon. I'm not going to do it in this case because I don't have the damage. I could have checked this beforehand as well. But I'd rather try to get Rey's Millennium Falcon out of here. There we go. So that it doesn't get the retribution and annoys me a bunch. So I will be using the special for now just to get the taunt up. It will get dispelled probably, but that's okay. I just want to have it for the initial hit. And let's see, want to try to get some good banners here. I mean, if Ahsoka would crit, then this could end very quickly. But if she doesn't, then I'm probably going to lose my Y-Wing. So let's do the smart thing. There's really no necessary, like there's not really any benefit to finishing this quicker. I brought the reinforcements that I brought, so those already took the banners anyways. Ouch. Yeah, I guess I could have guessed that one is going to be either my Y-Wing or Plo. Maybe you can hang in there though. Let's see. Y-Wing gets the actual kill. Are you joking me? Well, 64, I'll take it. It's trying to maybe get a little bit more, but it's difficult with so much focus damage. So 1935, pretty happy with that score. So far in Division 1 I've been scoring a lot higher because I often seem to be getting mismatched. So yeah, that's pretty nice for me. I mean, I'm still setting the same kind of defense I was setting before at the higher end of Division 2, but I'm just able to occasionally get higher scores because people might be fighting really strong opponents sometimes. I think a lot of people do really like to go offense heavy because they just have so much more control and ability to clear, and they don't just expect to win much of their battles. But not everyone's so dedicated to Grand Arena that they will go above and beyond to try to get as many wins as possible. Definitely after so many seasons and somewhat underwhelming feats, I would say, not everyone's super enthusiastic about it. There we go, already got this one. Didn't expect that. So got 5 kills over here. Still have 12 days actually. This is a bit of a longer one. And then the other ones shouldn't be too long. So that's it for me. Pretty easy round. It's the kind of round where I feel like, should I even post this up on YouTube? And if you actually made it this far, then kudos to you. That's really awesome. Thanks for your support. Yeah, sometimes I'm just wondering, should I even upload this? Because it's kind of just a walkover. Don't want to be harsh to the guy or anything, but it's just a bit of a mismatch, and he set a pretty weak defense, so it's not exactly a difficult round. And then I'm wondering, are there learnings in there for people? Is this the kind of stuff that you still want to see, or do you feel like I should reduce the number of uploads that I do and only post stuff if it's really worthwhile? Or would you rather see like a compilation of a week where I only post the battles where I feel like it really brings something new? Or perhaps you just like the thought process behind it. Just let me know. I'm just curious, how can I make this nicer for you? If you're cool with the way things are, then let's continue doing that, and I'll keep posting Grand Arena videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope to see you all on the next round, and have a great day, evening, night, wherever you are.